Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Efeni. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Victoria Tundu MKO Abiola.
Morning.
Yes, let's start the review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. The lead story, Atiku. After 7 years of APC's incompetence, Nigeria needs a unifier. Urges Southeast to focus on what can't lie. Says tales about Marabouts predicting his presidency surprising. Kuka to Buhari, you have divided Nigerians along ethnic, religion, regional lines. Now, the lead story from the presidential interview series, in which Atiku Abubakar, presidential hopeful former vice president, is making his pitch. And they say Nigeria must improve, and that can only come by devolving powers. Well, it's also putting the restructuring card out there for those who are clamoring for restructuring to see him as the man who can do it. Well, Atiku Abubakar has a lot of questions to answer in that interview with Nigeria's newspaper record this day. And he's saying that, well, Nigeria need to elect a leader based on competence, not region or religion. Well, that is answering the question of zoning. Of course, what is the PDP going to say on Thursday concerning zoning? Are they going to zone the ticket, the presidential ticket to the south? And what will that do to Atiku's ambition? Or they will pander to the whims of Atiku, Tambuwal, and Bukola Saraki, that it should be thrown open so that the north can have a shot at picking that ticket. But many Nigerians are still insisting that after 8 years of President Muhammadu Buhari, by 2023, the next president should come from the south. And the southeast, for fairness, equity, and inclusiveness. But Atiku Abubakar has a word for the southeast. Remember our ties. I'm not sure anybody in the southeast will be thinking of the issue of whether Atiku is our in-law. He will protect our interests. Our interests will be protected. That is not what they are saying, because Atiku is also in-law of the southwest, where his senior wife, I want to believe, one time, second lady, if they say it like that, Titi Abubakar, Titi Layo Abubakar, who hails from Ilokpo, Ilesha, in Osun State. So if there's anything special about marital relations, the Southeasterners will tell you also have a wife from the Southwest. Why should we make that an issue? But the pitch of the Southeast is that it's about time that the Southeast should be given the opportunity to rule this country. And if you talk about competence, which Atiku Abubakar has put to the fore right now, of course, we can harvest competence from any part of this country. We only need to look very well and choose wisely as a people. But again, Atiku is pressing ahead with his ambition. It doesn't matter whether it is the 5th time or the 6th time. Serial contestant, it doesn't matter, it has its right. There's no limit to the number of times you can contest. There's only limit to the number of times you can win. So Atiku Abubakar is well within his rights to aspire to the highest office in the land. And he will have something counting for him because he has been recalling the good works done by his boss and himself, Olusegun Obasanjo. And in fact, I love to see a contest between Atiku and Osinbajo, the war of the vice president. Debt increasing, we clean out debt. insecurity in the land. There was no insecurity. But still a long way to go. Will he get the PDP ticket? But with many PDP bigwigs saying it's about winning, not necessarily zoning, maybe Atiku will just have a head start. Whether he will eventually pick the ticket, we'll just wait and see. The Punch newspaper still on presidential politics, presidency. PDP opts for indirect primaries, may prune 17 aspirants. Consensus, not about imposing candidates, but reducing number of aspirants. Saraki's spokesman. NEC will soon meet on venue of May 29 primaries. Other issues, says PDP spokesman, take convention to the moon. Candidate that will be presidents, that will win presidency will emerge. Atiku associates are saying. The Daily Sun newspaper, 2023, APC National Working Committee divided over ministers' expected resignation. Battle shifts to Wednesday NEC meeting. Yes, those ministers who are still in government and have declared their intention to run for the presidency, are they not breaching the Electoral Act 2022? Now, the Daily Trust newspaper, APC primaries, Tinubu, Oshibajo, and Mechi others scramble for 7,800 delegates. Odds favor ex-governor, Lagos governor, running mate Asiwaju's obstacle. VP, Minister Bank on Buhari's expected in quote, endorsement. Party to release timetable, mode of primaries Wednesday. Yes, if you look at that map there, the Northwest has 1,924 delegates. Northeast, 1,212 delegates. The North Central, 1,278 delegates. FCT has 53. The Southwest, 1,568. South-South, 927, while the Southeast has 838 delegates. That's those who will be voting for the APC primaries. That is, if it is an indirect primaries. Now, the Guardian newspaper, Southwest businesses, Ivory Towers sink under endemic power failure. 4 Ondo local government areas not on national grid for 10 years. Afe Babalola University opts out of Benin Disco Network. Ekiti, academic institutions exploring alternative power sources. Buhari's aide, Zachary, described grid collapse as sabotage. Well, it is the duty of government to contain sabotage and ensure that critical national infrastructure are not sabotaged, not to go on rooftop shouting sabotage. The Vanguard newspaper, insecurity, Catholic, Anglican bishops attack federal government. Resign now, bishops Yaya Ndangoso tell Buhari, you have destroyed Nigeria, divided Nigeria. Bishop Kuka blast president. Mindless massacres by unscrupulous terrorists, traumatic. Archbishop Ugoji. Insecurity, poverty, others driving Nigerians into despair. Bishops Obina and Onwoha. It's sad that Nigerians now pay taxes, levies to terrorist bandits. Lagos Catholic Archbishop Adewale Martins. Now, if we look at this Nation newspaper, where security architecture under reformation, says presidency, we will bring back train attack hostages. Nigeria is broken, Kuka insists. That's the New Telegraph newspaper. We look at the foreign newspapers quickly. The Times of London, defiant Prime Minister insists he didn't break COVID rules. Johnson to defend party's scandal in House of Commons. Boris Johnson remains defiant that he did not break coronavirus rules, despite being fined close associates are saying. But the Daily Telegraph of UK is further indicting the Prime Minister. Johnson accused of instigating drunk party. The Prime Minister could face total rebellion ahead of pivotal week over number 10 gatherings. Ruben, Tundu,
Well,
and Rufai.
we've been told, we've run out of time. We won't be able to discuss any of the topics. But thank you all the same for taking us through today's newspaper.